Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very interesting video for you parents who've got kids starting school in just a couple of weeks. So in Australia here, the school year starts at the end of January or the very start of February. And sometimes it can be a little bit of an anxious time for kids and even parents ourselves. Not me, I'm very cool, calm, collected. Nah, honestly, my son is starting school this year in 2020. And I'm a little bit nervous, and I've been talking to him heaps about what to expect and how exciting it might be, and I just know come the day I'm going to be a blubbering mess. Anyway, so I have some tips today to share with you guys around some really good ways that you can help support your kids starting school, even those kids who've already been to school and they might be in year 2 or 4 or 6 or even into high school. So I'm going to start with those kids first. These are the older ones. So they kind of know the routine of what happens in school. They've already been there for at least 1 year or longer. So with these kids, you can still do a lot of preparing around what to expect for school because they've been off for several weeks and they've been having no routine, no structure, and it's really good to start getting into that habit of waking up at the appropriate time, getting dressed and having breakfast pretty quickly and getting out the door and things like that, having everything with them. So in these few weeks, start getting back into that routine, have lots of conversation about school as well and who their teacher might be, and also talk about friends. So it's exciting to see friends again. They might have had some time to hang out over the school holidays. If they haven't, then what are they going to share with their friends about Christmas and New Year's and things like that? This is also a good time to talk about the fact that kids and their friendships have seasons, so they might not have the same friends as they did last year and they might make new friends. How are they going to do that? Do they have any tips up their sleeve or anything that they want to do to try and make new friends? And sometimes kids have a stressful end to the year and sometimes friendships break down. So just prepare them for it. There's so many other kids and you might have written off some kids thinking, oh, I'm not like them, but really it's always good to make new friends and this is how we can do it. So that's a really good one too. My last couple of tips for the older kids is something awesome, which is vision boarding, and it's like setting an intention for the year. What kind of friend do you want to be this year? Have you thought about that? What kind of qualities do you want to have in friends, and what do you want to be? And as well, what kind of student do you want to be this year? Are you going to take your school studies really seriously and knuckle down? Do you want to still make time for friends? Is that important? So just talking about setting those intentions for the school year ahead and doing a vision board is really awesome for those kids who are creative and they like to cut and paste and decorate and stuff. You can do that. I know as adults we do it sometimes in the workplace, but putting a vision together for the year ahead is pretty awesome if I say so myself. That's a really fun activity to do. So with the younger kids, there's a little bit extra that I would add on. Usually they will have done like an orientation or something in the last month or so of the previous year. So that's what we did. And we have the uniform ready. I've got a lunchbox ready. I still need to get some school supplies and I'm involving the kids in that stuff so that they get excited and they know where it comes from and where they pack it and where it goes. We're going to do some practice lunchbox time as well. Even though we're going to stay home one day, we're just going to pack everything in a lunchbox and he has to ration out the food over the day. Get them practicing getting dressed in their school uniform and things like that. And that's always really fun. You can take photos and be silly and pretend to go to school for a day. So some of the other strategies are around routines for the morning and also just helping your kids to know what's going to happen at school and what they might expect. And if things happen that they don't expect or don't go to plan, what can they do about it? So it's heaps of conversations. It might be when they're having cuddle time on the couch with you or just before bed, you can open up these conversations. So a really good tip is having a goodbye routine. So think about and plan a nice, quick, easy way to take the kids, drop them there, say that you'll see them soon, give them a hug and a kiss and head off. Sometimes when parents linger too long, the kids want to show them stuff and then come and see my friends and they just end up staying for 10, 15 minutes and then the kids don't want you to leave. So often it is just easier to do as quicker drop off as you can if your kids are starting to get a little bit upset. So they are some of my really good tips One of the other ones that I've heard from a lot of primary school teachers and friends in the therapy sort of world is around limiting after school activities, at least in the first term, maybe in the first couple of terms. So things like swimming and soccer and basketball and dancing, those things are pretty exhausting, and the kids are already going to be exhausted. So just going to school 5 days a week, 9 to 3, even though they're doing a lot of play-based and fun stuff, it's exhausting. And even the teachers say, don't overbook your kids, they will just not last. So that's a really good tip too. And I think really just the last thing that I want to touch on for kids of all ages is around helping them to plan and know their calming strategies for themselves personally, what works for them, for times when they might get frustrated or they might get upset or things don't go to plan. Stuff's going to happen. Kids have stress, just like adults, it's just different. So talk to them about what can you do when you get a bit upset or annoyed, or if you don't know what's going on, what are some ways that you can keep calm? These are the ones I do and they work for me. What about you? So talk about it, plan, and give your kids some opportunity to come up with the ideas themselves. Because sometimes we throw things at them like take 10 deep breaths, or close your eyes, or give yourself a bear hug, or those kind of things. And sometimes they're good, but other times we just miss the fact that our kids know themselves better, and they'll come up with some really good reasons if we let them. Some good strategies. All right, so that is all my information just thrown at you around starting kids for school. You can tell it's on my mind because it's coming up in a few weeks' time. I hope some of those strategies help for you. Let me know if you are doing some of them already, if you're going to try one or two of them over the next week or two, and what you think might work best for your kids. And I will see you guys in the next video. Feel free to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any more of my videos. They're going to be all around emotional intelligence and parenting and kids and things like that. And you can always head over to my website as well for more information and blogs and stuff like that. It's stephaniepinto.com. Okay, I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.